Matty Johns, good afternoon to you.
Sugar. Fletch, how are you, boys?
Matthew, we're going good. You know, hot mics is such a thing, and your mic was a bit hot before.
Yeah.
We heard. Now we want to get to the bottom of it because
PP.
Who's the phantom pisser?
It's the cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the cat's the phantom
I was hoping
pisser.
it wasn't Trish.
No, well, just on certain occasions. The old coffee table. But what had happened? The cat's got a bit of a kidney problem, and who would have thought? Create the link: kidney problem, piss on everything. So so we basically give her. She's got her own little kingdom, which otherwise known as a cage. And occasionally we'll let her out, and she come wandering downstairs, her favourite pissing place. So I ushered her back upstairs. So all under control, boys.
It's not a UT, is it? A UTI, because that could be an issue.
No. They said it was to do with, as cats get older, they don't drink as much.
Oh, no. Sorry, not the cat.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah. Well, I've had my suspicions.
Gotcha.
But I'll tell you what, I'm just renewed. I feel fresh, boys.
Yeah.
Although we haven't been having much fun with some of the Queensland journos, Fletch.
What's happened?
Dobbo and two bags.
Yeah.
I know. It's a thing, mate. If you're gonna,
Jeff Tootenheimen. Yeah.
Toot. Mate, it's a thing, That's
two bags, Tomo. Yeah.
Oh, mate. It's the reason you don't get involved with. I do not get involved with things around. Morals and stuff like that. Because, because I am a sinner. I have sinned. I am a sinner. And if you're going to throw stones like that, you've got to understand sometimes it's a boomerang.
What did Jesus Christ say?
He who hath not sinned cast the first stone.
Yeah. And I know this is not a religious. Well, it is a religious station.
It is.
Carl
it once was.
Carl Face, the Daily Nudge. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, was Mary Magdalene an LJ?
Really?
Yes. Yeah, she was.
Yes,
she
right.
was. There was actually the lost scrolls who they found in caves not far away from the Holy Land. Said that there was talk that Jesus and Mary Magdalene had been married. But
that's in the Da Vinci Code.
Really?
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, the Da Vinci Code. So how the Last Supper photo.
Yep.
Painting wasn't a photo. They weren't invented yet, but there was a painting, and there was a big wide gap between Jesus and the next dude, and they were saying that originally LL Cool J, well, she was in there, but they deleted her.
Wow.
Have a look at the Last Supper photo. It's pretty hectic. Very hectic, but I think that's Hollywood.
Did you read that book, Brian?
No, I watched the movie.
I couldn't put it down. I loved it.
Really?
Da Vinci Code, yeah.
What about the book? Because I'm not much of a reader, I've discovered. I've got no attention span. Matthew, you're a mad reader, aren't you?
I was telling the boys, Fletch, mate, knockout, the greatest stories of Australian boxing. Mate, I bumped a mate of mine, the great John Singleton, because he loves his boxing, and I sent him a picture and said, you got to get this. He went and got it, and he read it in one night.
Oh,
it is one of it's an incredible, just cross-reference, not just with boxing, but Australian society pre-World War One, and it was just, mate, Sydney in particular, mate, it was the Wild West. You had like the Irish gangs and the Protestant gangs, and mate, the pubs were full, and you had all these great boxers that left these shores that went over and were fighting in America and all through Europe and having enormous success. But like I said before, Joel, you're reading the book and you got blokes fighting, 61 rounds. 60. Well, a fellow, young Griffo, he was called. He was
Bathurst.
Bathurst boy. He fought Gentleman Jim Corbett in America, the famous Gentleman Jim Corbett, and they said that the fight was called a draw when neither fighter could lift their arms in the 61st round.
So, Matty, was it just a battle till the death, or was 61 rounds? You just kept fighting.
Well, what it would be, Fletch, that they did the rounds slightly different. It wasn't regimented like 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds. If a fighter was knocked to the ground, sometimes they would pause and say, "Okay, that's a round," Or other times, if they might fight for 5 minutes and the referee goes, righto, let's all just take a breather for a second, go back to the corners, have a round off. So it was very inconsistent. But at the same time, it's 61 rounds. You know, whether that equates to 40 rounds or something, but mate, these guys were seriously tough. The great Les Darcy, when he was like 17, he used to come down to Sydney and he would fight like world-rated fighters, experienced fighters. He fought an American guy one night, and this guy had held the world title. And they said in the 21st round, and he never wore a mouthguard, Les Darcy. In the 21st round, his mate who was sitting as a cut man in the corner said, "Hey Les, hey young Les, are you okay?" And he turned to his mate and said, "I'm having the best night of my life."
Oh,
and
mate,
I imagine the
guys
gloves weren't as
No.
thick and padded as they are now either.
They were saying they were padded. Probably, the weight and everything was probably half. It was just basically almost bare knuckle.
I tell you who loves their boxing, the Nable family. They've grown up in the game. And you interviewed Matty Nable, which I haven't caught up with just yet, which I'm dying to do so, on Backstage with yourself and Coops.
Yeah, we did. Spoke to Nabes. Man, he's had incredible career. I mean, started off in rugby league and was a good player, a real hard worker, tough back rower. But then what he's done in acting's been remarkable. His dad was a boxing trainer. His dad was in the army. Was really tight with Bozo, with Bob Fulton. And mate, all the brothers have been successful. You'd have played with Adam.
Yeah, I played with Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. He was a good footballer. Just strong, and mate, and his brother Aaron, who just passed recently with motor neurones, tragically, he was just about the most beautiful fighter I've ever seen. How he could throw punches and the way he moved on his feet. So yeah, they're steeped in boxing, the Nables.
I tell you what was a bit eerie. I ran into Nabe's family, and my son was playing against Nabe's son in a state final. It was a touch footy state final, and I had asked about how Aaron was, and they said, you wouldn't believe it, Break. He's just passed now. Yeah. And they couldn't tell the young bloke. They didn't want to say anything to him until his day was over, and it was just sad.
Yeah.
And you know what? His son beat my young bloke, and I was actually quite pleased for that to happen, for his son to have that kind of day. It was tragic.
Hey Matty, without giving, I don't want you to give away the whole Tommy Berry one, but tell the story about the butterfly. That was awesome.
Oh. So we'll have Tommy Berry coming up in 2-3 weeks, maybe a month's time, and he was telling a story. Of course, Tommy lost his brother Nathan, his twin brother Nathan, in Singapore, and he said years later. I'm trying to think if it was in Singapore. I think it might have been. Hong Kong.
Yeah, I think he said. I think you said Sha Tin. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Sha Tin. Yeah, it was in Asia racing. It was a big race. And he said his brother Nathan had a great affiliation, loved butterflies, in particular white butterflies, right? So he's in the jockey room. Next minute, this white butterfly just flies over and sits on his boot.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And he goes, "Oh, wow, this is that same reaction, like, oh, man, this is heavy, this is weird." So anyway, he goes out, get on the horse. They're waiting to hop in the barriers. He gets into the barriers. White butterfly literally flies up and just pauses in front of his face. And he said he was on a long shot horse and he won.
Wow.
That's when you think, something else has got to be
there. I think there is something else too. For those rare occasions. So. Oh, no.
Yeah, I just don't want to rot in a crypt. No. Please, boys, don't let me rot in a crypt. A TV icon should not rot in crypts.
No. Matthew, we're a little bit over, let me see, about 51 hours, I would suggest. Origin 2. Not Origin 1, sorry. Origin 2 is the next one. Matthew, do you think there'll be any late changes, or do you think it's going to be as per program?
I think it'll be as per programmed. I'd like to move.
27 hours.
27 hours.
Sorry, what's 48? I'm thinking about Shepherd.
It's 48.
27
actually, the women's state of origin is 48.
That's right. That's what I was thinking of.
I think I'm so confident. Yeah? I'm as confident as I've been. The last two series, I've had that sense of impending doom. But this one, I'm super confident the side it'll get it done. Madge is just, he's so thorough. The more time he spends with the side, the better they go. Hence, evidence of the New Zealand national side. So, look, I'm confident we're going to win this series.
The back five, it's a big start, you said, isn't it? Lomax.
And then you got the big bloke, Payne Haas, coming on the back of that.
Yeah.
I think this will be Haas's origin series.
Me too. He's getting Wally, or he's getting the man of the match. He's going to be right there. Just on the situation of the Parramatta coach, Michael Cheika. Michael Cheika. Do you know much about him, Matty?
I know a lot about Michael Cheika. I've spent a lot of time with Michael Cheika. Yeah, yep. I think he'd be. I think he'd be. It's left of centre, but the thing about it is, I think one of the biggest factors these days with coaching is because your assistants are there. The assistants can do a lot of work. The biggest factor is handling the intense pressure. Right, that's the biggest factor. Now, Czech was really well thought of. All the Lebanese players in the World Cup gave him a huge rap. He can handle pressure. He's coached some of the biggest rugby clubs in the world and won European Cups with them. His tactical knowledge on rugby league would not be up there with a Jason Riles or Josh Henne, etc., but it's sound. And if he puts a good coaching side around him, I think he'd have success. The other one that deserves some consideration apart from Rilesy and Josh Henne is Brian McDermott. Brian McDermott, he's the assistant coach at the Knights, and I've heard a lot of really good things about. He's really popular with the Knights players. They said he arrived last year, and of course he had massive success with Leeds. Won Challenge Cups, he won titles, a lot of Coach of the Year awards. He came out to Newcastle, and he's just he restructured and simplified their defence in last year, and the players just like him. Because there's no bullshit. He just talks straight, and he's no nonsense. And he's another guy I think they should consider.
It'd be a huge call, wouldn't it? Like if you're the Parramatta board to go out, the fans would just be like. But if it does succeed, this would open up other clubs to think outside the box, wouldn't it? Like it's just got to take one. Yeah. It's got to take one club to be risky or ballsy, and then. Yep. Like we often talk about the Walker brothers, although they're not coaching anymore. They had a point of difference. They had a point of difference, and clubs were umming and ahhing. I know they got interviewed, but at the end of the day, the clubs just went, "Is it worth the risk?" But
so they missed like the coach. What they should be doing, like Parramatta, the Parramatta club should have went to the Walker brothers and said, "Here, boys, show us what you can do the rest of the year." Right? What we've been doing hasn't been working. Let's see, if you bring your innovation, let's see how far it can take us. And they do it for nothing, just to show what they can do for the rest of the season. It's interesting. I reckon, boys, like Eddie Jones, the Wallaby stint was a complete disaster on many levels for him personally. But one of the things I think that really cost him is that if Eddie had left English Rugby Union and just basically said, "I'm going to press pause for 12 months," and not do any coaching, mate, I'm certain that one of the rugby league clubs would have looked and maybe bumped him, because he's always flirted with rugby league, spoken about South, spoken about the Broncos, but after what happened with the Wallabies, I'd say that opportunity's dashed.
Matty, you're super confident about the Blues. Now, if that's the case, and that's right, which could easily happen, I wouldn't be surprised that Madge gets so caught up in this emotion of winning State of Origin. He comes out publicly and says, "I've signed for 2 years for the Blues. I'm locked and loaded, and I can't do anything until such time as that tenure is up." Now, if that's the case, and if he says to Parramatta, "Look, boys and girls, I'm available, but I'm going to see my word out with New South Wales. I could sign a contract with you, but not for 2025. I could sign from 2026 onwards." Could a club do that? If that's your prize pick, can you wait 18 months? Can you give Baz a go for 18 months? Can you draft in the Walker boy? Whatever the case may be. Can you do that? It's very unconventional, but...
I don't think so. No. I don't think so, Joel. So much goes on. The game moves, and there'll be so many different circumstances. I think Madge should serve his term, in my opinion, with New South Wales. The last thing you want to be known as a coach is always looking over your club's shoulder at the next job. And I think if he wins the next couple of series with New South Wales, it's almost pick your job.
Correct.
Who do you want to coach?
Just on Brian McDermott, who you mentioned, who might be a candidate as well, and this is pretty sad. I've just gone back to look at his last grand final for Leeds, 2017. They beat Castleford 24-6, and he's number 7, Matty, Rob Burrow, no longer here. How tragic was that whole story? Yeah,
we were just talking about Aaron with motor neurones disease, and it was just tragic. And amazing he hung on that long towards the end. I can only imagine how difficult it was for all his families and his good mates like Kevin Sinfield and all those Leeds blokes. But yeah, tremendous. What a tremendous player. We often, we talk about Alfie sometimes. But he was small. He was smaller
than Alf, definitely,
and less built than Alf. Man, he was. Geez, he won a lot in England.
Yeah, they had a good side.
Those sides, they were a good side. Very good.
He played 429 Super League games.
Yeah.
That's not counting any representative football. 429. He scored 168 tries.
Yeah. No,
wow.
It was legit. Did Kevin Sinfield get knighted for all his charity work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe he did. Yeah. Yeah, he did. He's a good. I don't know if you boys like Desert Island Discs, the BBC.
No, I prefer F-Boy Island.
Both excellent.
Yeah, they are good.
Desert Island Discs. It was a radio show on BBC, and you get it now on podcasts, and they get celebrities on, and they'll tell their life story, but along the way they'll stop and say, righto, give us a song, and they've got to pick 5 songs that if they were deserted on an island, that they're the songs that they would have, and they've got to pick a book and whatnot. Anyway, he was on it. He was on it recently, Kevin Sinfield. Very, very good. Worth a listen.
Good.
Desert Island Discs.
All right.
Good.
I like to do a little quiz. It's Tuesday's quiz, right, Matthew?
Yeah, love it.
What are the top 10, we'll just give us in order, or not in order, but just if you can get it, top 10 deadliest animals for humans, which is basically humans killed annually.
Hippopotamus?
Yes, top 10, 500 killed per year.
Snake.
Snake, 138,000.
Spider?
Spiders.
Spider, sand spider.
Okay. Dog. I'm going to say dog.
Dog, 59,000.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Per year.
Shark?
Noah's. Did you say snake?
Matty said
Yeah,
snake.
138,000. No Noah's.
Bears.
Bears. No bears.
Jellyfish?
You're thinking a little bit. Think of yes.
Jellyfish?
No. Look what they're doing.
Stingray?
Look what he's doing. Yes.
What are you doing? Penguin? You've been a penguin.
No, not a penguin. Think about it. It's a little, tiny little animal, but it just causes havoc.
Magpies?
Oh,
bees.
bees.
Wasps?
No. Mosquito.
Wow.
Oh, mosquitoes.
725,000.
Wow.
Yep. Guess what the second is? The other deadliest animals. Humans. Killing 400,000, you idiots. Dogs, 59. Bugs. Assassin bugs. What is an assassin bug? They kill 10,000 people annually. Scorpions. Crocodiles, 1,000. Elephants.
Crocodile claims 1,000 people a year.
Yep.
Wow.
Elephants, 600. Hippos and lions, 200.
Wow.
What about apes? Like Planet of the Apes?
Nah, they're not real.
Jeez, I'm sick for Peter. When I was a kid, I was sick for the Planet of the Apes. You used to get the footy cards. There were Planet of the Ape cards as well.
Oh.
I used to have the bloke with the big flaps on his ears, Urko.
Oh, yeah. They freaked me out. I never got around that. You're a bit of a sci-fi. Did you like Star Trek, Matthew, growing up?
Not Star Trek. I liked Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
And V.
Oh, V. I like V. It was a good. It was good action. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
I was around that age. Tea tree oil. Here it comes.
And of course, yeah. And Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars speaks for itself.
All right, Matthew. Because we won't speak to you till Thursday, and there's no show Thursday. There's no. There's a SEN show, but no Matty Johns show.
No show. What are the Brisbane journalists going to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe getting arrested with 2 bags of food. Hey,
I've just subscribed to on the podcast Desert Island Discs.
Okay.
Made some big names there. Keith Richards, Yoko Ono, Cillian Murphy.
We like Yoko.
Don't
know.
Ed Sheeran's on there.
Oh, it's
we
good.
like
and
him.
you go back, there's historical ones as well from the 70s. I mean, I tell you what's a really good one. Who was the lead singer of Take That? Was it Gary Barlow?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. The Gary Barlow one, I thought, I'll give it a listen. It was awesome.
Really? Because him and Robbie used to come to fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
there was
fighting over
there's a
Garys.
bit of a fallout there, but
Matthew, quickly, Matthew.
I offered an Ollie's branch to my brother too today.
Good.
I just said, mate, don't worry about Adam O'Brien said in the press conference. I said, I'll square up for you. He said, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
This is it. This is breaking of the bread.
Yeah.
This is like Mary Magdalene and Jesus.
I can say what I want, but no one else can say anything.
Origin
I've
prediction,
got his
Matthew.
blood.
Origin prediction, quickly.
New South Wales 14-10.
First try scorer.
Brian Toto.
Right, good on you,
See you,
Matty.
Matthew.
See you on Tuesday. Toby Dow, he's standing by.